The British state has now definitively become the enemy of the British people. Rather than serve our interests, an out-of-touch elite, addicted to central planning, has instead treated us like guinea pigs in some perverse experiment. They have waged an all-out war on our freedoms, now escalated by an incompetent Labour government and a bloated civil service. Businesses are allowed to stay in private hands, but increasingly find themselves fettered by regulation, price controls, minimum wages, employment laws, and a network of rapacious lawyers increasingly feasting like parasites on the back of productive Britain. It is best described as a corporatist command economy, a kind of UK version of the USSR, which maintains the illusion of a free society, but short of dramatic change, will end in the same ignominious collapse. State-backed projects such as net zero and forced diversity have not only licensed far-reaching intrusions into our lives, but made us poorer. Our most successful rainmakers have left the country to be replaced by low-grade immigrants who stand to benefit from our undiscerning, ever-expanding welfare state. This paper sets out the roadmap to restoring Britain as a competitive, free, and prosperous nation. We call for an end to state-led micromanagement. Such invasiveness undermines natural human relationships and distorts organic price mechanisms, both of which are needed for a society to flourish. We believe in government with a light touch. That means sound money, private property rights, and a small, judicious, patriotic state, committed to serving, not smothering the British people. We plot a responsible course of tax cuts in step with a reduction in state expenditure. Concerns may be raised about the scale of our ambitions, but we trust in the ingenuity of the British people. Enterprising Britons who have been forced to leave by the senselessness of our current system will have every reason to return, while their replacements here on welfare will have every reason to leave. The spirit of achievement through hard work and honest dealing will once again be celebrated. Today, we are releasing what for me is arguably the most exciting research paper that we've done to date. And that is a paper which basically plots the course to the economic reconstruction of Britain. It is a paper which basically costs and plans how we can cut the size of the state and in step with that, cut people's taxes and return power to the individual and the British people who drive our economy. It's quite interesting. There's always been a battle between collectivism and individualism. The pendulum has swung far too far, and the state now accounts for nearly 50% of our GDP. That's directly. It's probably more than that indirectly. And that means that rather like the USSR, everything is centrally planned by a group of people who most of the time don't know which way is up. What we are proposing, for me, is the most exciting part of it. It's my team, it's myself, it's what I have spent 20 years in the city getting to understand. I've witnessed Thatcherism, I've witnessed the way in which the state was rolled back after the 70s, which was an incredibly damaging period for Britain. And I think this is a paper I encourage everybody to read fully, not bits of it, try and read all of it. And in a way that Burnham suggests that we should devolve power to the regions, what our paper is putting forward is we should return power to the individual, to communities. That's where wealth is created. And by rolling back the size of the state and empowering the individual, that is how we drive economic growth. And from economic growth, we can fund our welfare state. We can invest long term in our young people's future. We have the cash to invest in our defence, to protect our borders, to do everything that a functioning nation state should be doing, and which clearly at the moment we're not doing. So this is a foundational paper to go with the other papers we've done on other issues. But this is a key paper. This is, if you like, the bedrock of how we start to reverse statism and empower individualism and bring back all those rainmakers who've left Britain and are still leaving Britain. Only yesterday I was talking to a fund manager who told me that in the last 4 months he has seen 6 of his clients with portfolios of £20 million plus leaving Britain to go and live in Italy, in Barbados, or indeed in Dubai. And we need to bring those people back. We know they want to come back. And this paper shows how using Austrian school economic theory, which has proved to work, how we can achieve that. So I urge everybody within Restore, please read this paper, please spread the word. This is absolutely crucial to the future of your country. So thank you for listening, and I'm really excited about this paper. It is an absolute foundational paper for Restore Britain and for all of you. So please read it. Happy to take any questions on it, should you have them. Thanks.
If you're young in Britain, you have been sold a lie. You were told that if you studied hard, worked hard, and played by the rules, you'd get ahead. But instead, you were taxed before you'd even had the chance to build a life. Your first paycheck is raided, your overtime is taxed, and your ambition to get anywhere in life is constantly punished. Well, at Restore Britain, we are going to change that the moment that we are elected to government. We will raise the income tax personal allowance to £16,000, meaning you can earn far more before paying a single penny of income tax. That's more money in your pocket every single month. More money to get on the property ladder and save for a deposit or for a house. More money to start a small business rather than the government essentially stealing your money to send it to foreign wars or fund net zero. At Restore Britain, we believe that if you work hard, inevitably you should be rewarded, especially as a young person in society. We're also extending the basic rate of income tax to £100,000. So hard work, promotion and success aren't met with even higher tax bills. And unlike the old parties, we won't make promises we can't pay for. Every single tax cut will be fully funded through spending reductions before it's introduced. Britain doesn't have a problem with young people not willing to work, young people being lazy. Young people want to get on the work ladder. The problem is they're throttled by tax and they're throttled by the fact that we have mass migration taking away so many valuable jobs for young native Brits. But if we focus in just on the tax issues, where is the encouragement for young people to go and pursue hard work? Young people are not being prioritised, and at Restore Britain, we will make that change. Work hard, earn more, keep more. It's as simple as that. So if you're a young person, get behind Restore Britain. We're not going to go and tax the rich, and we're also not going to turn around and say that young people don't need to work hard and that it's other generations' fault. Young people want to work hard. We believe that young people are the future of this country. What we want to do is make that possible, is enable young people to have the possibilities that are out there rather than have them suffocated by high tax, suffocated by mass migration. So get behind Restore Britain if you actually want to see a realistic economic policy which is going to put Britain back on track to being one of the greatest nations and most financially successful nations in the world.